So, here's another example if a is greater than 1. Okay, so the first thing, again, we're going to multiply this to, so 3 times negative 15 is negative 45. Okay. So, lista na ngayon natin yung mga factors ni 45. Ano ba yung mga yon? 45 times 1, 15 times 3, 9 times 5. Okay? So, alin sa kanila, sa mga factors na yan, na kapag ka pinag-minus, kasi negative yung 45, magiging negative 44. So, alin sa mga yan? So, definitely ito. Okay? So, again, factor muna pala natin ito. Nakalimutan natin. 3x times x. Yun yung factor nitong first term. And then, gawa ulit tayong ganito. So, saan lalagay natin si 45? So, hindi pwedeng pagpalitin yung pwesto, ha. Hindi mo pwedeng lagay si 45 dito at saka si 1 dito. Kailangan, check mo muna yung divisibility. So, dito siya. Dito yung 45, dito yung 1. Ano yung mga signs nila? Since different yung last, term pala natin, o yung 45 natin is negative, it means magkaiba yung sign nila. So, saan mapupunta yung negative? Sa mas mataas na absolute value. So, ito yung negative at yun yung positive. And then, divide natin. Negative 45 divide 3 is negative 15. 1 divide 1. Yung kasama nito kasi is 1. So, we have positive 1. O, ito na yung mga factors. Okay? So, again, we have, equate natin sila sa 0. Etong kabila is x minus 15 equals 0. So, we have 3x equals negative 1. Divide both sides by 3. Cancel. So, ang x dito ay negative 1/3. O, yun yung isa. O, yung kabila naman, x equals, okay, positive 15. So, eto na yung mga roots. So, pwede mong i-check siya kasi kapag pinag-multiply mo to, 1 times x is x. 3x times negative 15 is negative 45x. Minus yung absolute value nila, or we have negative 44x. O, yun yung gitna. Tapos naman dun sa last term, 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. 3x times x is 3x squared. So, we have the right factors. So, that's it for the review of our factoring na magagamit natin para sa ating finding the roots of polynomial equations. Now, here's another method for finding the roots of a quadratic equation. So, itong way na to is using quadratic formula. So, quadratic formula is being used kapag yung ating kinukuhanan ng roots is hindi na siya factorable. So, what do I mean by that? So, let us try to determine first the quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay? And then, we are going to solve for the roots of x squared plus 3x minus 1 equals 0. So, in here, we will be identifying our a, b, and c. So, a stands for the coefficient of the quadratic term, which is 1. B stands for the coefficient of the linear term, which is 3. And then, negative 1 is for the constant term. Now, we are going to substitute all the values of a, b, and c to the formula. So, x would be, b is 3, positive negative square root of 3 squared, minus 4, a is 1, and c is negative 1. All over 2, a is positive 1. Okay, we simplify. So, we have negative 3 plus minus the square root of 3 squared is 9. 4 times 1 times negative 1 is positive 4 all over 2. 2 times 1. So, x is equal to negative 3 plus minus the square root of 9 plus 4 is 13 over 2. So, these are the roots. So, roots are negative 3 plus square root of 13 over 2 and positive 3 minus negative 3 minus square root of 13 over 2. So these are the roots. So here's another example. Let us try to determine the roots of 2x squared minus 5x minus 4 equals 0. And so the first thing to be done here is, of course, we are going to identify our A, B, and C. So A is 2, B is negative 5, and C is negative 4. And then we're going to substitute all the values of A, B, and C to the formula. X equals negative 5. Negative times negative 5 plus minus negative 5 squared minus 4. A is 2 and C is negative 4. All over 2A, which is 2 times 2. So X is equal to a negative and negative, so it will become positive, plus minus the square root of, we simplify, negative 5 squared is 25, plus 4 times 2 times negative 4 is 32. Right? All over 2 times 2, which is positive 4. Okay, X then will become 5 plus minus the square root of 25 plus 32 is 57. 57 over 4. So, what is the value of X then? Or what are the roots then? So, since you cannot simplify them anymore, these are the roots. Roots are 5 plus square root of 57 over 4 and 5 minus square root of 57 over 4. So, that's it for quadratic formula. So, I'll be teaching you another way of finding the roots of quadratic equations if b is equal to 0. O wala yung kanyang gitnang term o yung linear term, wala yung x, no? So, as simple as this, ganito siya. We have x squared equals, so lipat mo na kagad si 4, negative 4, magiging positive 4. And then, square root mo lang yung magkabila. So, cancel na tong squared by square root. So, x equals, what is the square root of 4? We have positive negative 2. O, yan na. Ito na yung mga roots. Roots are 2 and negative 2. Okay? So, here's another example. How about x squared minus 5? So, again, we have x squared equals, lipat mo si 5, negative 5, magiging positive 5. Square root yung magkabila, cancel, cancel. X is equal to, what is the square root of 5? Which, syempre, hindi naman siya pwedeng may square root, no? Positive, negative square root of 5. So, ito yung mga roots. So, roots are square root of 5 and negative square root of 5. Okay? Here's another one. Okay, how about x squared minus 12? So, again, we have x squared. Lipat mo si 12. Negative 12 magiging positive 12. Square root natin yung magkabila. Cancel yung squared. We have x equals. Remember that inside 12, we have factors na perfect square, which is 4 times 3. So, it means yung x mo ay magiging, so, labas mo yung 4. We have positive negative 2 square root of 3. So, ito na yung mga roots. So, roots are 2 square root of 3 and negative 2 square root of 3. Okay? Okay, here's another example. If we have x squared plus 9 equals 0. So, all we have to do is we have x squared. Lipat natin yung 9, magiging negative 9. And then, we get the square root of both sides. Cancel. So, we have x equals the square root of negative 9. So, remember, negative yung nasa loob, no? So, I know that you can still remember that negative 1 is equal to imaginary or I. Kasi you can never think of possible factors ni negative 9. O, same number na kapag ka pinag-times, magiging negative 9. Imposible yan. Kaya meron tayong imaginary dito. So, x equals negative 1 times 9. Okay? So, yung 9 natin is a perfect square. So, magiging x equals positive, negative. Square root of 9 is positive, negative 3. And we know that the square root of negative 1 is I or imaginary. O, yan na yung factors natin. So, ang mga roots niya ay 3 imaginary and negative 3 imaginary. Or remember that I is represented by square root of negative 1. Okay? So, here's another example. Okay, how about x squared plus 25? So, all we need to do is we have x squared equals, ito mo sa 25, we have negative 25. Square root ng magkabila, cancel yon. So, x equals, okay, factors ni negative 25 are 25 times negative 1. Okay, remember that 25 is a perfect square, so we have positive negative 5. And we know that negative 1 is I, so imaginary. So, ito na yung mga roots. So, roots are 5i and negative 5i. So, that's it for finding the roots of quadratic equations.